Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a video I have wanted to do for a very long time. A video I have dreamed of, but I couldn't afford it. And I still can't afford it, but it was on sale, so I bought it. So if you don't know, this is the Beachwaver. The Beachwaver is a standard curling iron, but it has these buttons and the barrel rotates. You can kind of pick which direction, okay? And I have wanted one of these for a very long time, but they're about $200 on the Beachwaver website. Now, I can't rationalize that for a hair tool, which is why there's a good chance you'll never see the Dyson Airwrap on my channel, because that's just not the life I lead. It's just not. I'm a lazy girl, and I just don't spend that kind of money on my hair tools. I don't really do my hair that often to begin with. My straightener I've had since, I think, the 10th grade. It still works fine. We're great. But when it comes to curling my hair, it's not something I do very often because this is my natural hair texture, okay? It's pretty much straight. And it doesn't really like to hold a curl, but I do like how my hair looks when it's curly. The problem also is that I'm in a wheelchair. And I have pretty decent range of motion. Like, I'm very fortunate in that way, but I don't really have a neck. So one of the problems I have is that, I was using the curling wand for a while, but I always was burning myself because, like, wrapping the hair around it, I was always bumping my hand off of it and, like, off my back. And even though it had that rubberized tip at the end, like, I was always causing injuries. So post-Christmas this year, this particular Beachwaver, just this one, I think it was maybe a holiday one, but it went on sale for only $60 on the Beachwaver website. So I took the opportunity, I bought it. It came very quickly. I was very surprised. And now I have it. Now, I won't tell you I haven't used this yet. I've been testing some heatless curl methods, and I have used this on my front pieces, but I haven't used it on my whole head, so I thought we would try it today together to see if it's easier than other curling irons that I've used in the past. So keeping in mind, we're looking at this today from largely an accessibility standpoint because, like, if I'm going to burn myself with it, I'm never going to use it. And that's just the truth. And unfortunately, the layer I always burn myself while doing is the bottom of my hair, like the underneath part. And that's kind of where you have to start. So, like, let's just get right into it. We're going to separate my hair. I've got a couple of hair claws here. We're going to separate it. We're going to clip this part up. This is what we're dealing with. So we're going to spray. Some heat protectant. Now, even just using the Beachwaver the couple of times that I already have a couple of minor complaints. First of which being that the button isn't really a very different texture than the rest of it. So when I can't see what I'm doing, I'm having a hard time finding the button. So I think they maybe should have rubberized the button or something so that it feels different. And then my other complaint is that this part, the clamp, isn't long enough. Like the finger part. I wish it was a little bit longer. Okay. I'm nervous because I don't want to burn myself. I'm only using it on the medium heat setting. You kind of push the power button to your heat setting. There's high, medium, low. I'm using it on medium. We're just going to kind of grab a section and go. So, historically speaking, I like to curl my hair in, but I'm going to curl it out today. Well, I already missed a piece. Maybe the clamp part up there, like the part that grabs your hair, should be taller too, because I keep missing hair. Okay, so already that was easier. Yeah. I have a feeling this is going to be much easier. Typically with moving parts, I'm a little bit afraid of my hair getting caught in it. Like, remember there was that phase of time where the internet was really trying to push the curler that you put your hair into and it sucks it in and then spits out the curl? I was never going to ever try that. Cute. Because I just knew that it would suck my hair in and never give it back. But this, I feel like the motor parts are encapsulated enough that I'm not as worried. But I did just lose all of this. You know, obviously there's little things you can do to make your curls last longer. I often use the Redken working hairspray as I'm doing my hair if I want it to, like, the style to stay or whatever. You can pin up the curls so that they cool down, like, pinned up so that they don't lose their curl. But the purpose of this video and curling my hair right now is literally just to play with the Beachwaver. It is 8 p.m. on a Saturday night. I'm not going anywhere. We're just having girl time. We're just hanging out. I have noticed that I haven't had to move my arm out very much at all. So this could help if you have range of motion issues. You can also, one of the handy things is also like repositioning the claw, you know what I mean, when you're done a section of hair so that you can make it easier on yourself. See, right there, I couldn't find the button with my hand. And the top of this, the very top, doesn't get hot. So if it touches my head here, it's fine. I love that safety end. One of my curling ones, the smaller one that I have from when I had really short hair, the very top of it isn't rubberized like that. It doesn't, it gets hot is what I'm trying to say. And I am afraid of it. Okay, so this is the first side done. Looks cute to me. This side is going to be significantly harder because I am not at all left-handed, not even in the slightest. Like I'm going to have to do it with my right hand, I think. Hey, that wasn't that bad. See, if I was wrapping it around with my hands, that would have been much harder. I never curl my hair with a curling iron because it takes so freaking long. But I think if I was going to, this is like the right option for me. Yeah, okay, being able to turn the clamp around when it's not facing where I want it to, very handy. I admit this feels like it's going faster than usual, and it does feel safer, so I feel like maybe my instincts were correct on this one. And then you can hit it to go the other way, to just let it let go of the top of your head. And then if I end up with the clamp on the same side as the stand, I can just move it out of the way. That's so handy. So now normally I would hit this with a little bit of hairspray, but I'm not going to. But you can see, it looks pretty good. So I am just going to messily sort of clip that up with the banana clip. This Beyond the Zone, turn up the heat flat iron protector, the heat protectant that I use. It has been the heat protectant I have used always. I think I've only ever tried another one once, and I didn't like it, so I just went back to this one. Because we ended on this side last time, I'm going to start over here. So now that we're getting up on my head more, the hair is a little bit longer. So it's taking up the whole curling iron. I gotta cut this one in half too. That's the problem. I always want to do chunks too big because I get lazy. And then the internet's always like, sections of hair that are only 1 inch thick. And I'm like, sorry. Only America uses the imperial system. What is 1 inch? I don't know what that is. The trick with curling your hair, that literally you just get better at the more you do it, is picking sections that are not too thick, which, like, guilty, and also not having the hair overlap itself on the curling wand. Because if it overlaps itself, you're not going to have an even distribution of hair, right? So, like, if you have longer hair, this is a struggle. Like, my hair is not even particularly very long right now, and I'm having the struggle. And then after I take the hair out of the curling iron, I like to just twist it once around my finger, even though it is absolutely burning hot, and then throw it back. Like I said before, if you really wanted your hair to stay freaking curly, you could, like, use a bobby pin and pin curl it up. But I simply don't know that I've ever in my life been that dedicated to my hair to do that. Like, pin curl your whole head? Maybe if you had short hair. But long hair, like, that takes some dedication that I simply don't have in me. And you want to have, like, decent tension as well, because that'll just keep the curl held tighter on the iron, right? Like, it makes sense. You don't want it to be too loose on the iron, or else the heat's not going to get to it, right? I've been really into doing sock curls lately. I'm trying to get, like, the techniques mastered, and then I'll do a video on that as well. But in the interim, like, when I wake up in the morning, most of my hair is curled. It is usually the front sections that are not curled perfectly, usually because I don't wrap them into the socks right, but I get the whole rest of my head wrapped in right? So, the couple of times I've used the Beachwaver before now is fixing the front pieces. It's weird, there's usually like a piece right in the front here somewhere that I always, like, it comes out of the sock curl bone straight. And it's just like, how did that happen? So this is side one done. My mirror keeps re-angling itself. See, it's these pieces in the very back that I've always found the hardest to do because I can't turn my neck, really, right? Because I don't really have one. And I don't have great peripheral vision. Like, I just feel like I can't see very far that way. Even with the mirror, like, my head's in the way. Can't see at all what I'm doing. So we're just kind of hoping for the best. I'm going to hold this bottom part with my nose. I hope you don't mind. Oh yeah, that is so much easier. Usually these are the sections that I really, really struggle with. If I'm gonna have a big nose, I might as well use it to hold stuff, right? I was a little bit worried originally because my hair does like to seem to fall into that like sort of crack at the base of the clip, but it doesn't really get stuck in there, so we're good. My fear is over now. If you watch my channel regularly, you know that I've been on this journey to grow out my natural hair color, to go from being cool to being plain and boring. I feel like my natural hair color has grown out a decent amount. The heat protectant is too concentrated here. It looks crazy. But I feel like my natural hair color is like down to here now. We're doing pretty good. I really hate leaving the ends out like this. I'm not a... You know how some people like curl their hair and leave the ends out specifically because it gives a more beach wavy look? I disagree. I think it just looks messy and unfinished. But when you have layers, sometimes you gotta leave the longer ones out. It really do just be like that. So this is the hair so far, with sort of the bottom, like the underneath parts of my head done. Now, normally, if I was doing my hair to go somewhere, I would have used more than just heat protectant. I would have used some kind of spray to help hold them in. I might tease the roots. And then definitely when my hair was wet, I would have used my... Is it Olaplex or is it Way? I have a spray for your roots to help boost them, and I didn't use it this time because I didn't know that this was arriving so quickly. But yeah, now we get to do the top part of my hair. According to my camera, it has already been 45 minutes, and we haven't even done the top yet. So if you're wondering why I never curl my hair, this is why. Yeah, so my natural hair has grown out to around here. That's pretty good. I really gotta get the rest of this black out. The other negative to curling my hair is that the iron gets hot, and I'm already a very warm person. So, I'm starting to sweat. Do you remember like 10 plus years ago, that girl who went viral for curling her hair in a video? Much like this. And it burned off. Like, she was on Ellen and everything. I think of her often, because I don't know if I burned my hair off if I would upload the video. I think I'd be able to find the humor in it enough to, like, show my friends and family. But, like, I don't think it would be uploaded anywhere. It really does not want to grab my little bang piece. I keep hoping it'll just stick to the rest of the hair, and it doesn't. Okay, now that I'm very warm, we're finally on the last section. We're almost done, guys. I hope for you it will have only been a couple of minutes, because editing Abby will work her magic. But for real life Abby, My camera shoots in 20-minute clips, and I think this is my 4th or 5th clip. So, I don't think I will ever be a regular hair curler, but it's nice to know I have the option, you know? For context, though, it is important to know that, like, my mom curls her hair all the time because she has very wavy hair that, like, curls very easily. So for her, curling her hair takes, like, 5-10 minutes. I have more of my dad's hair, so it's very, very straight. So it's not like the Green family is entirely against hair curling. I'm just very lazy. That's the truth of it. I'm very lazy. I used to straighten my hair every day because that only takes 5-10 minutes, just like picking through my hair, finding the wavy parts, the parts with the kinks in it, and getting them out. Truthfully, I don't even do that anymore. I just let it happen. Whatever it looks like is how it's gonna look. I sleep with a roller in my bangs usually to make them like full mice bangs, and that's about it. Oh, we're almost done! This is potentially the last piece. No, I think it's gonna have to be 2 because there's shorter pieces in the front. Alright, y'all. We're finally done. Maybe I'll stop sweating now. Okay. And then to shut it off, you just hold the power button down. So this is the finished curl. See, you get a very nice curl. Now, a lot of people on the internet would now take a wide tooth comb or something and brush through it. I can't do that because it will just fall out because I haven't used enough product to hold it in. But, like, look, it does do a nice curl. So, overall, do I like the Beachwaver? Am I happy with this purchase? Yes. I much prefer it to a sort of classic traditional curling iron because it removes the sort of issue of having to figure out how to turn it and having to get it behind me and all of the sort of issues I have with maybe range of motion and with my neck being too short and all of those things. I also really prefer it to the curling wand, even though I do like that the curling wand is tapered. I like that, the effect that gives. I was constantly knocking it off my knuckles and burning myself. That's the truth of it. Like, I would always have little burn marks on my hand, and I think that was, like, the main reason that I stopped curling my hair is because I burned my hands a lot. Like, this took me about an hour and 20 minutes to do. Maybe I'll get faster at it if I do it more, but I really feel like I missed this piece, and it's driving me nuts. But I don't know, like, it is cute. I really enjoy it. I probably still won't be a girl who curls her hair very often because it takes so long with my straight hair. But I do like it. And it's nice to have the option. Like, if I'm going somewhere nice, if I have, like, a event to go to, which I don't have very often, but if I did, it's nice to have the option to curl my hair, you know? I recommend the Beachwaver, especially for someone like me who maybe has these issues. I would recommend waiting until one goes on sale, though, because I don't really know why anyone is out here spending $200+ on a hair tool. I don't think it's worth that. $60 is fine, though. Beachwaver, if you're watching this, this part should be a little bit longer. I find it kind of hard. I've got long, skinny, salad fingers ass hands, and sometimes I find it hard to find the clip with my thumb. I also think, like, these are different textures. This is smooth, and this is kind of rough because of the glitter, but I think this should be an even more different texture. The buttons, I think they should be, maybe, you have this sort of siliconey-ness of the power button. I almost wonder if this should be a little bit silicone-y so that it's easier to find, so that when I have the curling iron behind me, and I'm trying to undo it a little bit so that I can unclip it, it's a little bit easier to find with my finger. Then I can unroll it a little bit, and then easily find the letter goer with my finger. I was originally going to say that I wish the clamp was a little bit longer as well, but now that I've done my whole head, I no longer feel like that is something I wish, because the short clamp kind of forces you to not use too much hair, right? If you have too much hair in the clamp, it's going to fall out. That's the truth of it. So the short clamp is actually smart, and I appreciate that, but I do wish the finger part was a little bit longer and the button was a different texture. But those are pretty minor things to be my only complaints, right? And the price tag of it normally, obviously. Bring them all down to that $60 price range, and I'll be happy with you. But yeah, overall, those are my thoughts on the Beachwaver. This is, I don't even know if I said this earlier, but this is the 1-inch one. They do have one that's like 1.25 inch, that sort of thing. I just got the 1-inch one. Because again, that was the one that was on sale. Ooh, another thing I would fix, if the Beachwaver crew is watching this, there is no Velcro thing on the cord for when I wrap it up, when I'm done. I love when hair products, hair tools in particular, any sort of tech has a built-in cord wrap. I did make one, but not everyone has my crochet abilities. Velcro on the cord so that people can wrap it up nicely and put it away when they're done, rather than using hair elastics and stuff. So those are my things. The finger part needs to be longer. The button needs to be a different texture. Put a Velcro thing on the cord. Those are all pretty small potatoes, though. Like this, it's a good tool. Honestly, I would recommend it highly if the price was down to the $60 forever on all of them. Honestly, that's the truth of it. But I think it's a much easier tool to use than a regular curling iron. I highly recommend it. These are the curls that I got with my generally straight hair. Who knows how long they'll last. Not as long as they would have if I had done products and stuff beforehand, but this was just to show you it in action. Show you how it handled the more difficult areas of my hair to get to. I think it looks nice. And anyway, that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and leave a comment down below to let me know what you think. Would you ever be interested in trying the Beachwaver yourself? Do you have another hair curling-y product that you prefer to use? Is your hair naturally curly and you're just, I don't know, born perfect? I'm interested to hear what you think in the comment section below. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!